Happy Crockin Monday, y'all.
So we're featuring another recipe from the cookbook. It's called Mandy's Big Mess. It's actually my own personal Mandy, my sister-in-law. This is a recipe that she used to cook on the grill. She would wrap up individual packets, and it's great that way. But she decided when submitting recipes for the cookbook, she wanted to try this one out in the slow cooker. So she has gone to just doing it in the slow cooker now because it's more convenient and the flavors really mix well together while they're in the slow cooker. So Mandy's Big Mess. Y'all ready to get started?
I'm ready to get started. It smells so good. I love this recipe for many reasons. For one, it doesn't make a whole lot. So for our families, you know, we just have the 2 adults and 2 little kids. So this is perfect. Or it's a great one if you want to double the recipe. It's an easy one to double. And then if you want to freeze it, which, you know, we've done, we've actually prepared it and, you know, put it all together. We actually just doubled the recipe and then halved it and put half of it in the bag, froze it, and then you can crock it, or you can dump it all in the crock. Cook it, freeze it, or eat it, or whatever.
Either way.
Yeah, it's just a great recipe to do multiple ways, and I love that.
And the freezer's a great way to really make slow cooking even more convenient. Sometimes we will freeze some onion that's diced and have one onion servings frozen. We'll dice bell pepper, or we'll combine complete recipes and freeze them, and that just makes slow cooking, which already simplifies your life, even more simple. So by freezing this ahead of time, you already have a meal that if in the morning you don't know what you're going to eat that evening,
just
you know you can pull that out of the freezer later, put it in, and you have dinner ready.
And if you need to buy yourself longer cook times, you know, that's going to help too, especially on, you know, this recipe is a shorter recipe, but if you've got a longer 8-hour recipe and you've got a frozen meal, you know, that's going to buy you 10 hours.
Right, it's going to bump it up about 2 hours.
If you have an auto switch to warm, that's going to buy you 4 more hours. So,
yep, use the freezer and your warming features if you have it to help you out.
And I strongly suggest too that when you do your meal planning, if you do your meal planning, I know personally it helps me so much when I write it all out, get my groceries, bring them in, and while I'm putting up my groceries, if I'll just go ahead and chop up my onion, my bell pepper, whatever I've got to do, and stick them in the freezer.
Takes a little of that grunt work out of the cooking and makes it.
And talking about chopping up stuff, Jenna has got a cool trick that I want y'all to check out.
Got it in store for you. So to start off, we're going to take a pound of smoked sausage. It's just going to come in a little link. Just get that down there. This is just a dump and mix recipe, so don't worry about what order you put it in even. So when we were doing our cookbook, we had a chef, Russell Parr, that came in. And
hey, Russell.
In there. He helped us prep a lot of our foods, browning the meats, chopping the veggies, did a lot of the grunt work in the kitchen for us while we were manning the slow cookers and assembling them.
Our angel in disguise.
Oh, he was awesome. So I'm back there trying to help out, and I used to always do my bell peppers by cutting in the top and coring them and getting all the seeds out. And he said, no, don't do it that way anymore. Let me show you a trick. So I'm forever grateful to him for showing me this. You sit it down sideways, and you're going to cut it, get your knife in there at an angle.
Like a 45?
Yeah, and then you're just going to go all the way around, trying to get as much of the white, you can break it and lay it over if you want, as much of that white edge off as you can. So once you've cut all that off, you're going to have your core perfect. And you just put that to the side.
Check this out. No seeds.
Are you proud of me or what, Russ? Thank you for that. So then this recipe just calls for very coarsely chopped things. So I'm just going to cut this.
That's another reason why I love this recipe is you're not sitting there dicing and dicing and dicing. It's just chunk it, throw it in, go.
And that bell pepper trick really saves some time for me. Check it out.
Voila.
Get that down in there. No seeds. I did pretty good that time. So you're going to take an onion and you're going to cut that into chunks also. And a pineapple drained. This is the chunks.
And definitely use your fresh if you've got fresh pineapple. Always a plus when you can use fresher foods.
Yeah, put in what you want. Then we have a jar, just the entire jar of sweet and sour sauce.
And you can find this by like the barbecue sauce, the dressing aisle.
Toward the Asian, in the Asian section.
And that's, oh gosh, you know, we don't have much Chinese food here where we live. And I love Chinese food. I crave it. And so just sitting here smelling this, I'm like, I want Chinese food.
Yeah, and it gives you a little bit of a taste of that. Very simple though. I love the pineapple mix with that sweet and sour sauce.
It's so pretty.
Okay, now Mandy uses Tabasco. I didn't have any on hand, so I'm just going to use my other hot sauce that was in the fridge. Just put a little down in there. If you're cooking for kids, you might want to leave it out. And then fresh jalapeno. You can leave it out if you're not doing it with kids. It's just going to add a little spice. We've probably done just about half of a jalapeno.
Half of a jalapeno.
I might not even put all that. So get that down in there. You're going to mix all this up. And like Nicole said earlier, it's not a very long cook time. If you're in a hurry, you can actually do this one on high for an hour and a half. And if you want to do it on low, you can do it for about 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours on low. And then if it's frozen, you can add about 2 hours to that. And like we said, it's not going to make a ton, but we serve it on rice.
Yes. So, and I personally like to do the brown and white rice mix. So when I buy my rice, I just keep it in an airtight container and I mix my white and brown rice together and fresh, yummy meal.
I know. I really like it. It's a good summertime
Thanks,
meal.
Mandy.
Thank you. Maybe you can cook it for me next time we come visit.
Happy Crockin', y'all.
Y'all have a great week.